And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. A very special Coach's Corner here in just a few moments. But I'll tell you what, as a Westminster alum, some breaking news over the last few weeks that just delighted seemingly everybody in Titantown. One of our own, David Richards, makes the jump from Chatham, where he was so successful, bringing championship after championship to that campus. And he makes the jump back home to his alma mater of Westminster. And he's bringing some familiar faces alongside him and also recruiting some familiar faces that you've seen here on YSN. So we figured, why the heck not bring him on to the show here and introduce him to the world and let everybody know why he's so special. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 09, a Titan, David Richards. Buddy, how are you?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Such a great thing that's going on right now on the campus of Westminster College. And man, to have you back on campus and now the lead dog of the Titans on the hardwood. What has this whole process been surreal for you?
Yeah, it's been a pretty surreal process. I mean, just walking through campus again was awesome. I got to meet the team last week. We did some individual meetings, but the upgrades it did across campus and the athletic facilities. I mean, it's been great just to be back on campus.
And you're a son of two Titans, right? So Westminster runs truly through your blood. What has that been like for your entire family? I know that you probably had the chance to walk onto campus. Have you truly been able to embrace and kind of understand the situation that is? Because, I mean, you have been a Titan. You mentioned in your press conference shooting hoops since you were 8 years old, even in the outside rims when they were still out there.
Yeah, no, it's been great. My family's fired up. They're really excited for me to be back up here at Westminster. I'm close to them. They're right in Newcastle, so they'll be at every home game. They'll make up almost all the away games. It's great for the family. It's great to be back up here, and it brings back a lot of good memories. Like, I mean, I've been coming to games since I was 8 years old. Watched tons of former Titan greats. I mean, I can get on a list of the guys I got to watch. So it's pretty cool being back here.
When you think about kind of what it means to be a Titan again, what it means, and obviously there's a lot that goes in, especially nowadays, to be a head coach at a college, given any sport, but basketball specifically, when you walk into a new role, your job is to bring in Titans and maintain Titans in today's college kind of ecosphere. What has it been like for you? What has been the ongoing conversations that you have with the guys that are returning and the guys that potentially are coming to campus this fall?
Yeah, I think one of the things that really separates Westminster is their proud tradition and their history of athletic excellence, and that's one of the things we've talked about is we've got to get this program back to the top of the pack. I think we have a great core coming back with Drew Weir had a very good year, he averaged 17 points a game. Jackson Hendershot's one of the best shooters in the league. Mick Hergenrother was a very good point guard, and then a kid sitting out, Trader Petro, averaged 12 and 7 as a sophomore. He's kind of a wild card for us. We're hoping him to get back, very healthy. And then, the guys we have coming in, I mean, we sell the campus, we sell the academics, we sell the tradition. The facilities here are amazing. They've done a great job upgrading the gym, new court, new bleachers, the weight room's upgraded. They have a whole student athlete lounge, they have a fuel lounge for the athletes. So, this campus is built for athletics to be good.
You know what I'm excited about, and sitting through your press conference, which was excellent, by the way, you said one thing that really stood out to me was you're going to make sure everybody knows about your energy, and you expect the same energy from your players, from your recruits, anybody that enters that locker room. Why is that so important to you?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, we talk about all the time with our guys is every single time we step on the court, we got to have high level energy, right? That's like the only way you have a chance to be in a good team, a good player, a good program is having just a very contagious high level energy. So if I'm the head guy and I'm the lead guy and I'm requiring our guys to do that, then I got to come every day with that type of energy too. It probably shocks some guys a little bit, off the court, I'm probably a little more laid back, but once, we step on the court and it's practice time, it's go time. My energy goes to the roof and that's the type of guys we want. That's the kind of practice environment we want.
So when you enter the court for the first time, what are your expectations for your team? And I know one of the biggest things for you was you couldn't wait to get to work. Have you been able to, quote unquote, get to work? Or do you still have to wait to pop that whistle in your mouth and start blowing it and get everybody working in the same forward motion?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have practice right now, but per NCAA rules, we can't be on the court with our guys till probably the end of September. So, the guys they'll get a kind of a packet to work on throughout the summer with skill stuff and strength conditioning stuff, and then when we get back in the fall, we'll hit the weights, we'll hit conditioning, and we'll probably have our first practice around end of September, and that's when things will really start going. But I wish we could be on the court right now.
In regards to kind of some of the things you talked about, you named 4 YSN guys right off the top when you were name dropping, which is awesome. There's a lot of people that are wondering at the next level, no matter if it's D3, D2, D1, whatever it may be, the expectations for a college coach. What are you looking for first and foremost, and what things do you kind of filter out players that will and won't work for whatever program they're looking to join?
Yeah, obviously, clearly, we're looking for talented basketball players and guys that can make plays. But I think one of the things that we really look for are gym rats and basketball junkies. We want basketball players, not guys that play basketball. And I think that's very key for this level because because of NCAA rules, we know we can't work with our guys basically from the end of the season until our first practice next year. So you're talking about 7 months. We can't be in the gym with our team. So we need guys that are going to be gym rats, be in the gym, working on their skills in that 7 months so they become better players. So that following year, we can make our team better. So, we really want gym rats. We want guys who are going to be great teammates. We want guys that are going to, make the right plays. And the guys that are going to be, play extremely hard and kind of a chip on their shoulder.
And certainly, as far as Westminster goes, there's a lot of you still got to hit those books. So academically, what advice would you give to parents that are looking for their kids to play at the next level and potentially future Titans?
Yeah, academically, this campus has a variety of different majors, from business, from education, from a science standpoint. So there's a variety of different areas you can come here with, and the resources are here to get a very good degree. And then once your degree is over with, being successful, in the job world. So, this is a great school to come to. You're going to get a great college degree. And on top of that, we're going to win some games here too.
Naturally, a championship caliber inside the DNA of David Richards, who is the new head basketball coach at Westminster College. There's a lot of obviously pride that comes with the job, but there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of pressure that comes with coaching at your alma mater in a place that everybody knows your name, like Cheers. For you, what's kind of one of the things that not just you expect, but for yourself, but you're going to live up to the standard that you create inside your own locker room?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tradition here. You can just go back. Two basketball coaching legends in Buzz Riddle and Ron Galbraith. Their names are all over this campus. So there's a lot to come with having this position. It's something I take great pride in and great honor. But the one thing I think you'll always see with our teams is just how hard we play and how we play together. That's probably the 2 biggest things we'll stress on a daily basis. And you'll be able to see every time we step on the court is our ability to compete at a high level, how hard we play, and how well we play together.
One of the things I've been hoping for, and I'm guessing it's not going to be under your tutelage, man, since when we were playing or when we were watching, I was broadcasting, you were playing, Larry Ondeko, and the style of play that you guys had is just run and gun. You bring on as an assistant coach someone YSN Nation very familiar with, Craig Hannon, who leaves the Girard program after 13 years, I think, to join your staff. Are we going to see the old Westminster run and gun? Like shot clock doesn't matter?
You're not going to see the old run and gun, but we'll play fast. We'll have great pace. I'm fine with taking shots early in the shot clock. I want our guys to be aggressive and use their skill set. If we can get a great shot in 6 seconds, and then great. If not, we'll work for a good one. So it will be fast paced, but it won't be that old run and gun.
You talked about your defense. You see yourself as a defensive coach, and what can people expect, when it comes to the lockdown, keeping people off the scoreboard defense that Westminster typically puts up?
Yeah, that's going to be something we hang our hat on. When we get to practice, a lot of it's going to be defensive breakdown stuff, and us really focusing on being a very good half-court defensive team. We've always done a very good job of scouting opponents. So, we'll be very prepared on what teams are going to do, but we'll be really focused on the defensive side and making sure we're making teams take tough shots and get in the glass and make limited teams to one shot. But defensively, we got to be good. Yep.
Naturally, kind of the recruitment season has closed for the class of 2025. I'm sure there's a couple still stranded out there with a new coach and a new position that you can still bring on campus and have them in Titan Blue. But for those 2026s, those 2027s that are potentially, future Titans, what are you looking for out of them? What are you looking for, not just in their character, but, are you looking for all scorers of all? Are you looking for bigs? What are you looking for to potentially bring them on campus and make them one of your students, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking for a variety of players. I mean, how we play, we need playmakers at almost every position. So we want guys that can make shots, guys that can make plays off the bounce, and guys that can make their teammates better. We kind of run a positionless offense. So, we're not technically saying, oh, you have to be a point guard, you got to be a 5-man. Like, we're looking for guys that can play multiple positions. And we'll sell them on our playing style. I think one of the things that guys will see, next year and the years going forward is, we give our guys a lot of freedom offensively to make plays and use their skill set. As long as they're competing hard and they're defending and they're being good teammates and making the right plays, they're going to have the freedom to use their skill set and do things on the offensive end. That's fun.
I know we talked about your family, but have you thought about the emotions that are going to be running through you the first time that you get to the buzz and you're the guy on the sidelines? Have you thought about kind of what's going to go through your head those first moments?
Yeah, you know what? I was actually thinking about that on my way to work today. How great it's going to be, coaching that first game. We actually open up first game here in Buzz Riddle, so it's going to be a pretty crazy experience. Hopefully we come out with the win, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of different emotions.
What's the one thing, if you had to sell one thing about you, your coaching style, your character to a parent in a living room that potentially is going to have, give you their son for the next 4 to 5 years? What's one thing you want people to know about you?
Yeah, it's I'm here to help them as a student and as an athlete. The one thing I tell all of our recruits, my office door is always open. They're welcome to come in. We could watch film. We could talk hoops. We can talk academics. I'm here to make sure they have a great 4 years as a student athlete, so they enjoy their college experience.
And when you walk through that door, that office is looking real sweet right now, David. Thank you so much. Dude, we're so excited for you to be part of our family here at YSN. And naturally, to have a Titan back home means a lot. We're looking forward to a lot of championships from you and more time to spend with you in that chair and talk about the great things that you're about to do at Westminster, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new head basketball coach at Westminster College, Mr. David Richards. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.